This banking app is a scam and they are thieves. Anytime the first thing an app wants from you is your bank info, they are a scam. Avoid this company at all costs. Okay, so first of all, I don't blame the people who are leaving comments about the cash advances being a scam. It does look sketchy, especially because they're asking for bank account information. There's several dozen of them that claim they can get you hundreds of dollars in less than 10 minutes, which kind of sounds a little bit too good to be true, right? The good news though is that we have personally tested a lot of these cash advance apps. In fact, that's what our entire channel is about. We've reviewed so many of these and so far none of them have been scams, which is great. However, that does not mean that these apps haven't gotten themselves into trouble for not playing by the rules. The federal government has sued several well-known apps for millions of dollars because of their deceptive practices. There is one dubious company that has flooded the App Store with comically bad fake reviews. And there's a lot more to the story about the Russian hackers that might be selling your bank account data right now. So let's take a look. Okay, so first of all, let's address the lawsuit. The first one is Brigit, who settled with the FTC for $18 million. The key issue being deceptive advertising. Brigit falsely advertised instant cash advances up to $250 with no hidden fees. However, a lot of people were not even able to qualify at all, let alone for the $250. They also made it extremely difficult to cancel the $8.99 monthly subscription fee in order to use the cash advance in the first place. It was found that only 1% of all of the Brigit users got that $250 cash advance, and 20% of the user base didn't even qualify at all. Users also complained that they were charged a fee for an instant cash advance despite ads saying that these advances were free. Brigit also made it hard to cancel and stop the monthly fee by hiding the cancel button and requiring users to scroll through multiple surveys and screens. So the punishment is that Brigit now owes $18 million to refund customers, and it also has to make its cancellation and subscription terms a lot more clear. Brigit now has disclosures on its app and its website saying that not everybody will qualify for their cash advance, and depending on eligibility, advances range from $50 to $250. Number 2, the cash advance app called FloatMe. They're currently settling with the FTC for $3 million, so a little bit better than Brigit. FloatMe offers quick cash advances for up to $50, so it offers a lower amount than most other advances. But according to the FTC, FloatMe limited that amount to only $20 for new signup. In fact, data from the most recent quarter shows that only 5% of FloatMe's users got higher than a $20 cash advance. And do you guys want to know how many users actually received that full $50? Only 1/2%. What? So not only were they doing this, they were also making up information. There were consumers that were seeking to increase their cash advance amounts, and FloatMe would say, oh, it depends on the algorithm. The algorithm is automatically going to increase it as we get to know the customer better, when in fact there was no algorithm to begin with. Also, FloatMe promised that you could get instant cash for no hidden fees, and it was discovered that you had to pay $4 to receive that instant cash, or else you had to wait 3 days. The FTC's claim was that FloatMe did not properly disclose this up front. Okay, and it gets worse from here. Just when we thought it couldn't get worse, it gets worse. So FloatMe was charging a lot of subscribers $1.99 for the subscription fee without ever qualifying them for a cash advance because they were people who were like gig workers or on government benefits, so they didn't qualify, but FloatMe didn't tell them that they would never qualify, so they kept paying the subscription fee. And there's another thing. It just keeps going. This is the gift that keeps on giving. If you tried to cancel your subscription, FloatMe would just simply ignore it and continue to charge you. So, yeah. This stuff just makes me laugh. I don't know. I find it amusing. It's horrible, but I find it amusing because I'm like, they're gonna get caught. They have to know that they're gonna get caught. Okay, number 3, the CFPB sues MoneyLion. Now, I actually made a video all about this. If you want to know all of the details, you can watch that. All right, well, this isn't good. Looks like MoneyLion's in a little bit of trouble. However, I'll give you a recap here. So the CFPB stands for I have my notes here. The consumer, my battery just died. That's really inconvenient. Do. You guys like my sticker? Can you see it? It's a little almondite. Okay, it stands for Consumer Protection Finance Bureau. No, I got it swapped. Okay, redo that. Okay, it's called the Consumer Finance Okay, I got it right, but now I have to start over because I paused. It's called the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau. It's called the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau. And that bureau is also keeping an eye on the cash advances just like the FTC. And they are suing MoneyLion because MoneyLion was overcharging service members. MoneyLion also made it super difficult to cancel subscription fees, which could add up to being pretty costly. If you have an outstanding balance and you haven't paid your fees in full, the CFPB alleges that MoneyLion will not let you cancel the subscription. So while you're waiting to pay back these fees, you're just gonna keep racking up more fees. So this lawsuit has not been settled yet. It's currently making its way through the courts, but as you all know, we will definitely update you when we have more information. As for other cash advance apps, the government has been clear that they are putting these apps on notice. And there's one in particular that they may be looking at next. Now, this is an app called Beem. So, Beem, we did try to use it for a video, and it was basically a hot mess express. It's one of our top videos, actually, probably because it's so bad. They totally ghosted. That's the train wreck that we encountered when we tried to use it. There are some actual problems. So they claim to give you up to $1,000 instantly, which sounds a little too good to be true. There's also no income requirements, no credit check, no interest, no fees, no due dates, and no tips. So if you take a look at the reviews, they're a little sketchy. First of all, it's fallen to 4.2 stars from the 4.7 stars, and it might be even lower at the time this video is published. There is now a ton of 1-star reviews complaining about low cash advance amounts and frequent bugs and issues while they were using the app. And the 4.3 star rating on Google is now down to 2.9. There's quite a few reviews about deceptive fees, which you can see here. And okay, so bad reviews are gonna happen with every app, right? But the interesting thing about the reviews for Beem is that when you look at the 5-star reviews, they're identical. A user that goes by Fezeroo, I feel like I'm saying a swear word or something. So he starts his 5-star review by saying, in my short time being associated with this amazing app, I've been saved on 2 missed payments that would have shot my credit score. This app helped me borrow money in a strenuous time when I almost wouldn't have made a payment, yada, yada, yada. That's great to hear. However, there's the same exact review posted by someone named Bruno, Nicole, and another user. And they even quote some of these on a post which ironically is titled, "Is Beem Cash Advance legit?" Okay, so we're not saying that Beem is a scam, okay? It has millions of users. Not everybody's unhappy with it. It did work for us. Like, there wasn't anything sketchy going on with the actual app or the process. Beem is essentially not acknowledging those negative reviews, and instead it's working overtime to try to like bury the complaints with the fake 5-star reviews. At least that's how it's coming across to us. So right there's some obvious misrepresentations and deceptive practices. So that's what we have to say about Beem so far. Okay, so let's get down to the gang of Russian hackers. This has impacted millions of people, so it's quite a serious issue. So this all started in July with a bank called Evolve Bank and Trust. They're a small bank in Tennessee. So they announced that there were hackers that stole the contact information, social security numbers, bank account information, and the names of its customers. So this bank was hacked by a group called Lockbit. They are a Russian hacker/gang group that the governments all around the world actually are trying to shut down. The US is even offering $15 million to the person that can identify or help arrest the leader of the group. So Lockbit, the hacker group, is currently taking that information that they hacked and selling it on the dark web. So this means that criminals can essentially go into the dark web, buy your data, and try to hack your bank account. Great. So Evolve has already gotten in trouble for not having sufficient security compliance, and it appears they got hacked because an employee fell victim to a common phishing scam and clicked on a link, and that's what led to the whole ordeal. So you might be thinking like, okay, this is a small bank in Tennessee, what the heck does this have to do with cash advances? So most of these apps work with a partner bank to help make cash advances, and Evolve was the bank that was a partner with the 2 cash advances that are quite popular, Dave and Earnin. They each have millions of users. So that's where it gets very not good. If you use Dave or use Earnin, I recommend that you take precautions, you change your bank account information just to be safe in case someone has gotten your information from the hacking issue. So Evolve is facing a lot of backlash from the regulators still because it is very slow in disclosing what exactly happened. So all in all, we are technically a fan of cash advance apps because this is what the channel is for. We've used them before. They're great, especially if you don't want to do a credit check, if you don't want to pay interest. Some of these companies are growing rapidly and they're putting the rapid growth before things like compliance and consumer protection. But in most of these cases, these companies are fixing their mistakes. They're getting hit by high government fines, and then they're going back in and making the terms more clear, making things easier to cancel. So things are getting fixed. The industry is also rallying towards a specific set of rules that all cash advances have to follow, so that could also be an option. We still do recommend many of these apps, but like I always say, make sure to do your research before jumping in so you know exactly what to expect and how to use cash advances in a healthy way. Make sure you read all of the terms and conditions. If you're having trouble, always contact customer service, and if for some reason you can't get a hold of them, then you could go to the BBB, the CFPB website, or your state's attorney general's office. All right guys, as always, thanks for watching. If you liked the content, go ahead and like and subscribe for up-to-date cash advance information. And I will see you next time in the next video. Bye.